Okay. Sorry, it cut out here. Yeah. So what are your next steps then? Just.
Well,
Mhm.
so in precious plastic, it's really I guess we do it step by step. So this is version 2. So we just make this package. So we did it in the beginning. I made the machines and I shared the blueprints online. But then I realized sharing something open source is kind of easy. You just have to put it online. But really make it understandable for people and interacting that
Right.
they know how to solve that whole puzzle you just put out there. That's like an even bigger challenge, I'd say. So we put a
Right.
lot of effort in version 2 in getting that done by making
Yep.
detailed instruction videos, sharing blueprints that are clear, organized, structured.
Yep.
And we put that online a few months ago, like this whole new package of information.
Yep.
And then I went traveling 6 months in Asia to figure out how they're dealing with waste and what's the problem there, and to spread the word on an analog way as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm back and I'm motivated to start continue this project, especially seeing those countries where plastic is really damaging the way how they live in their environment. But I don't know what the next step will be because again, it would be a big version again, like with a lot of updates. We've gathered
Mhm.
feedback from users that are building or people that we spoke to or places we've been.
Mhm.
But it requires a lot of energy and resources to get that stuff done. So we're
Right.
sort of looking into how can we fund something like that or find a team to work on that, because if we want to do like version 3, it's going to be a big step, I'd say,
Mhm.
because that we really want to scale it beyond like enthusiasts that are makers
Yeah.
or hardware developers, but really more into people that just want to build their business in cleaning up this plastic waste around them.
Right. Would you say that the 3D printer filament extrusion would be something of a high priority or not really?
Mm, no, so the priority in general would be to get more people recycling.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't necessarily think the barrier now is that they don't have the machines or good machines, but it's more like what can you make with it. So if you provide like an extrusion machine, but they still don't know what to make with it, doesn't really get them excited or started. So I think our step would be more in what can you make with it and trying to lower the barrier of getting started.
So, but for example, with the 3D printer filament, isn't there a huge market for spools sell for like at least $15 a kilogram? So you don't see that as a potential motivator there, or
Well,
how do you look at
so
that?
I think in the developed world, like here, it's more mm, difficult for people to really get their hands dirty, start recycling plastic, cleaning it up. Whereas in underdeveloped countries, they're much more hands-on. They really collect the waste. They day in day out, they work with the machines. They produce stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for us, scaling a project like this is easier in those countries because they really are more hands-on approach.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, people kind of do it more as a hobbyistic way, but not necessarily that they think this is something I want to do for my job or want to.
Right.
So that I think that's sort of why it's more difficult for us to scale an extrusion or a filament maker
Mm-hmm.
bigger. That it's really a workspace or a company. Yeah.
But if people in a developing world do end up doing it, I mean, what's the motivation? I mean, just cleaning up the environment, or how are they making money with it?
Well, so people that are getting started now are mostly or organizations
Okay.
or people that care about the environment,
Mm-hmm.
which in a way is nice and it helps. But so what I was saying is like the next step we want to do is really get people that just want to make a living. So you already have waste pickers there now, and they're picking plastic all day, and they might get $1 or two, which is not a lot. And I think plastic has a lot more value than that. If they can cut out all the steps that come behind, so they have to bring it to a shredder, wash it, transport it back to China. If they could just turn it into something new right where they live, they would earn much more. And I think they would like that, but they just haven't got the tools to do that. So I think that would be a focus to get those people who just want to have a job and make a living, to get them started setting up a place like this.
And the thing would be then injection molding, you think, for those parts? Like if they're making stuff, what would that be, you think? I mean,
Yeah, so that's a good. So people that are getting started now. So one of the other things we're trying to cover is we see. Well, the project is called Precious Plastic because we think plastic is a valuable material, In fact, it's made to last forever, but designed to throw away. And this is something I think is just wrong with plastic. So if you have wood or metal or anything, it composts in nature, and plastic takes of all these materials the longest. If it even degrades, I don't think we're really sure. So I think it's also something we want to do is to try to make products or things that are more valuable from plastic and don't see it as a disposable cheap material, because I think it's more than that. So that's why we want to put more effort into showing clear examples of what you can make with it in useful applications. Trying to, I guess, change the mindset a little bit and don't try to compete with the industry to make something that costs 3 cents, because also you're not going to win that battle, but try to make something more valuable.
Any ideas what those kinds of any things that stuck so far as a valuable object?
Well, so